The Tyrannosaurus rex is one of, if not the most famous dinosaurs of all time, and it has become a staple in dinosaur movies and shows. And across the board, across various flicks, artists and movie producers have had their own take on what the big guy looks like. There have also been mutants, subspecies, and even robotic variants. And so here in this video, we will showcase the 10 biggest of them all. Let's begin. At number 10 we have Rexi. This is the most iconic Tyrannosaurus rex in cinematic history. She is the original T-Rex from the movie Jurassic Park, and also the one seen in all the Jurassic World movies, aside from the upcoming one. Even though she is the most famous, she is still small as compared to the other ones here in this list, as Rexi is described to stand 5 meters tall and 13.5 meters long, or 44.3 feet. She is the biggest T-Rex clone in the entire series of Jurassic movies and shows. At number 9 we have the Planet of the Dinosaurs T-Rex. So this one comes from the movie called The Planet of the Dinosaurs, which was released in 1977. We have here a Tyrannosaur, which was the main antagonist in the movie. It was actually an extraterrestrial dinosaur that was living on a planet where the inhabitants or creatures there evolved to resemble prehistoric dinosaurs from Earth through a process called convergent evolution. This T-Rex here is a bit longer at 47 feet and has a more upright posture. This alien T-Rex was a vicious, greedy, and a very hateful creature, especially towards humans. Number 8. The Distortus Rex. Now this one would appear in the upcoming Jurassic World Rebirth movie, which is set to be released in a couple of months. From the trailer and the premise of the movie, we know that it is a mutant created from a failed cloning experiment or procedure for the Tyrannosaurus Rex. So I'm gonna call a spade here, even though it's a badly drawn spade on a card. This T-Rex variant, also called the DRex, has 4 arms, 2 legs, and a skull which has a beluga-like forehead. And as for its size, it is safe to assume it would be bigger than the T-Rex, so maybe less than 50 feet or 15 meters. Number 7. The Vastatosaurus Rex. These VRexes are giant dinosaurs from the 2005 King Kong movie, imagined as an evolved version of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. It lives on Skull Island, a dangerous and wild place filled with strange creatures. The VRex is bigger, meaner, and more battle-worn than a regular T-Rex, with massive jaws, thick skin, crocodilian skin, and scars from many fights. It is one of the deadliest predators on the island and fights Kong in a brutal and iconic scene to try and eat Ann Darrow, the woman King Kong is protecting. Later it is revealed that these creatures are more than 50 feet long. At number 6 we have the Alpha Horned T-Rex. This Alpha Tyrannosaurus Rex was a giant horned T-Rex that was the leader of a Tyrannosaurus pack. It was one of the first antagonists in the series called Primal, as well as being the one responsible for killing Spear and Fang's families, therefore setting up the two as a dynamic duo. Despite being brutal, the Alpha exhibited signs of concern for its own pack, calling them to leave when danger was imminent. As for its size, it was around 3 times larger than Fang, who herself was only about 25 feet, and thus this would have made the Alpha around 70 to 80 feet long. Number 5. Mama. So Mama Dino, also known simply as Mama, is a gigantic female Tyrannosaurus Rex that abducted the ground sloth called Sid from his herd when he took her eggs, or her children. She is seen first in Ice Age 3 and makes a comeback in the sequels. She is a protective mother that cares quite a lot for her 3 young ones. Due to Ice Age being an animation and that dinosaurs had to appear as fearsome to mammoths as they would to humans in other works, Mama was scaled up to be nearly kaiju scale, being somewhere in the 80 feet range. Number 4. The Ready Player One Rexi. This specimen of a T-Rex was briefly seen in the movie called Ready Player One as an NPC creature that attacks racers that was speeding on the streets trying to get to the first key. It was of course designed to look like Rexi from Jurassic Park, but its size was tremendous, as its head alone was the size of a car, and it was able to crush a car in its mouth. Thus by that reference point alone, the total size would be very well around 100 feet or more, maybe more or less that size, which means 30.5 meters in the worldly terms. Number 3. The Lost Dinosaur T-Rex. This one was seen in the movie called The Lost Dinosaur as the main creature villain of the story. This T-Rex is one of the many dinosaurs that still thrive in a hidden valley in the Arctic region, and this T-Rex ruled that place as its king. It was so big that killing it was nearly impossible for even a very big game hunter called Thrust. One reason for it was that it was huge. This dinosaur measured 35 meters or 115 feet in length and even towered over many trees. As for the quality of the design or how it looked, what can I say? It was a man in a rubber suit of a film made 50 years ago. It is as good as it can be. Number 2. The albino TRex. This is the most recent dinosaur to appear in a show and was seen in the Love, Death and Robots episode titled The Screaming of the Tyrannosaur, the season 4, the recent one. So this story is set in space, in a space station orbiting Jupiter, where decadent aristocrats, hosted by an interplanetary Mr. Beast, gathered to witness a brutal contest of genetically modified gladiators and also deadly engineered dinosaurs, one of which was a white T-Rex that is easily one of the biggest variant of the dinosaur to hit the screens, with crocodilian-like scales, a white coloration, and a face like a Vastatosaurus Rex. It killed a gigantic Triceratops before jumping and killing the royal couple hovering in a hovercraft in the air when they were watching the show. And number 1. Grimlock. So Grimlock is a transformer from the Transformers movies who turns out into a robotic T-Rex. He is part of a group called the Dinobots and first shows up in Transformers Age of Extinction as far as the Bayverse are concerned. Grimlock is massive, covered in sharp metal armor, and breathes fire in his dinosaur form. At first, he's wild and hard to control, but Optimus Prime earns his respect and rides him into battle. He doesn't really talk much, but his presence alone on the battlefield is overwhelming and intimidating, especially because he towers over even all other Autobots and Decepticons. And so just as a notable mention, there's also T-Rex Zord. This one is a Zord or mechanical life form from the Power Rangers universe that takes on the form of a T-Rex, which also embodies the spirit of one that died 65 million years ago. The T-Rex Zord is absolutely massive and dwarfs everything else in this list, but since it barely resembles one, we decided to put this one in the notable mentions list instead. And so with that, we end this video on the 10 biggest T-Rexes in movies and shows. Now if you like this video, then watch this other one, the one in the end screen, and do check out our channel for other monster content. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, fam.